On May 5th, 6th, and 7th of 1864, a brutal, bloody battle was fought, the Battle of the Wilderness. This battle was fought between Lieutenant General Ulysses S. Grant and his overland campaign against General Robert E. Lee and his Confederate Army of Northern Virginia. The battle was part of the Great Spring Campaign of 1864 and was fought very close to the town of Richmond. It was Lee's purpose to protect the town at all costs and to save the Confederacy. Grant's purpose was to wound and kill as many of Lee's soldiers as possible and to reach and occupy Richmond, the Confederate capital. These men would do anything to reach their goals. Grant was a tenacious leader, not a man to be tampered with, and he would stop at nothing to invade the Confederate capital and defeat Lee. On the other side, General Robert E. Lee and his Confederate Army of Northern Virginia take the duty to defend the Confederate capital at all costs.
What's the plan?
I don't know. We'll go like down across the riverbank. We'll all be sleeping at a campsite. Sleep across, slit their throats.
That sounds pretty good.
And make.
On the dawn of May 4, 1864, Lieutenant General Grant sent his troops down the Rapidan River to try and lure General Lee's men out so they could fight south of the Wilderness. Little did Grant know that on the next day of May 5th, Lee sent some of his troops out as well.
Stand guard. Go attack her!
Lee's men and Grant's men eventually running into each other, thus beginning the Battle of the Wilderness. General Robert E. Lee's army started with a strength of 17,666 men. At the end of the battle, 12,037 were wounded, 2,246 were killed, and 3,383 were either captured or missing. Lieutenant General Ulysses S. Grant's army started with a strength of 11,125 men. At the end of the battle, 7,928 were wounded, 1,495 were killed, and 1,702 were either captured or missing.
Grant, when is the war should be over?
It's too dark out to fight anyways.
There's too many casualties,
I agree.
so I guess we should shake. Drop your weapon
You drop your weapon.
and never let go.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.